Good day, Diet Center. Today is Tuesday, January 29th, and we have some breaking news from Medical News today. Protein hormone and body fat clue to breast cancer spread. Important story. I'd go to medicalnewstoday.com to get the full version of this. Scientists have discovered how low levels of a protein hormone found in body fat plays a crucial role in tumor growth and spread. Their findings are being published today in the British Journal of Cancer. Postmenopausal women who are overweight are at a greater risk of developing breast cancer, as large amounts of body fat secrete much higher levels of hormone estrogen and the growth factor leptin, which can encourage tumors to grow. New research in mice and breast cancer cell lines from scientists at the Hormel Institute, University of Minnesota, shows how low levels of protein hormone called adiponectin or ACRP30 may help to trigger the disease. So I would go to medicalnewstoday.com to get this story. It should be the very first story because it was just released today. In additional news, our success today, put on your rally caps. Nothing's more exciting than exceeding goals when the pressure's on everyone on the team. I don't know about you, but there's nothing more exciting than watching teams win in the final seconds of the clock, the last at bat, the final free throw, a power play, a field goal, the final scrum. I can go on and on with sports metaphors, but the bottom line is that when you win, it is exhilarating. One version of winning, our version of winning, is beating the goal established for the month. Excuse me. Some centers beat it with a few days to spare, but most centers hit it in the waning days or hours of the month, and I love that stuff. Well, we're all in the final days of January 2008, and it's up to each of us to pull a rabbit out of our hats to hit the sales goal if we haven't hit it already. Now, there will be doubters, and there will be people that are believers as to whether or not the goal can be hit and exceeded. A little insight. The doubters are absolutely no assistance to you whatsoever in a moment like this, which means you have to depend on your believers. Now, how do you apply this to center activity? I'll use a basketball metaphor to explain it. There are 3 seconds left on the clock. You're down by 1 point. You need to get one more basket to win. Since there are 5 players on the team, you have to decide whom to give the ball to on the last play. Your choices are the player scoring 22% of the time, 26% of the time, 27% of the time, 31% of the time, or 48% of the time. To whom do you give the ball? Obviously, the player scoring 48% of the time. In our world, the same applies to taking inbound media calls. It applies to conducting presentations and servicing clients. In these final days of January, determine who on the team has the best success rate in the areas that directly influence sales for the month. Who has the highest set rate on incoming calls? Have them answer the phone until the end of the month. Who closes the highest percentage of sales? Have them do all the presentations for the remainder of the month. Who has the highest per client ticket when it comes to product sales? Have them do the majority of the client counseling. Hitting goals is not a democracy, it's a dictatorship. The franchisee or the manager is the dictator, and in that role you must dictate for the greater good of the center who does what to achieve the greatest result. You have to think and act like a coach and a leader and make decisions that way. As a member of the staff or team, you have to think like a team player as well. Everyone has their strengths, everyone has their weaknesses, and we need to play to the strengths. And if you want the ball more often, practice your craft and get better at it. So let's do some rankings. Through the 3rd week of January, here's how it plays out. I'm going to go from 20th to 1st. Warwick, Rhode Island. I'm having trouble with my tongue today. Wake Forest, North Carolina, Lincoln, Nebraska, North Platte, Nebraska, Wilmington, North Carolina, Castle Rock, Colorado, York, Nebraska. Boy, everything's happening in Nebraska. Yakima, Washington, Syosset, New York, Greenville, Mississippi, number 10, Neosho, Missouri, Sayville, New York is in number 9. Number 8 is Hewlett, New York. Number 7, Flagstaff, Arizona. Cindy, I want my contest box updates. Number 6, Albertson, New York. Desiree's got 2 in the top 10, it looks like. Number 5, Midland Park, New Jersey. Number 4, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. North Carolina seems to be the place to be. Once again, Nebraska. Number 3, Grand Island, Nebraska. I think I'm going to make Nebraska the state of the month for January because you guys are dominating the top 20. Number 2, Little Rock, Arkansas. And number 1, Rye, New York. So that's your top 20 through the end of the 3rd week of January based on the data we have in hand. So if you haven't gotten your numbers in, please do so right away so we can have these updates and these rankings be as accurate as possible. Have a great day, everybody.